AST SpaceMobile just crossed over $66 a share, its new all-time high, after a massive new news with the Barclays price target and Bell Canada's breakthrough satellite call. Not only this, but we also saw a lot of volume pushing up the price discovery. But the question now is simple. Is ASTS still a buy at all-time high, or is this rally overheated? Today, we're breaking down the latest news, the numbers, the sentiment, the technical setup, and my own strategy that I've been implementing so you can make an informed decision. AST SpaceMobile, ticker symbol ASTS, is building a space-based broadband network that connects directly to cell phones using low Earth satellites that are in orbit constantly. Unlike Starlink, ASTS plans to partner with telecom carriers like Bell Canada, filling in dead zones with satellite coverage. As you can see on the screen here, they have partnerships with over 3 billion customers, with Verizon, AT&T, Rakuten, Vodafone being some of the biggest ones we've seen on the market, and no other company has these types of connections and ability to instantly tap into this many customers. As soon as they launch the service, it's going to be a real game changer. And the recent news that we've seen is the Bell Canada demo that came out yesterday, and it completed Canada's first satellite to phone VoLTE call, video and broadband data using a standard Galaxy S22. This is very different than what Starlink can do, because Starlink, the phones need to be modified just to fit into their ecosystem and be able to use on their phones. Whereas the Bell plans to launch commercial service with ASTS in 2026. Also, in this time, we've seen Barclays upgrade their price target for ASTS from 37 to 60, citing improved execution and the Bell validation. We also saw them say with an upside potential of even $120 a share in the next year, which I think is much more likely as the company begins to expand. And we've seen a lot of news coming out as well, with the Bluebird 6 being complete and shipping to India. Bluebird 7 is also heading over to Cape Canaveral in Florida, and 8 through 16 are in production with launches every 1 to 2 months in the next couple months, with ASTS planning to have 45 to 60 satellites by the end of 2026. Not only this, we also saw in the recent times they've raised 500 million in convertible notes and a 5.8 million share direct offering at 60, giving them money to runway and scale and continue to grow the company. As well, we could see the balance sheet has just grown tremendously, and they're really in a great position to expand and be one of the biggest companies in the next few years. Also, I want to bring out some of the key metrics we've seen. Obviously, this is a pre-revenue company, so if you're looking at the numbers, you're going to be like, oh my God, what's going on? But you got to buy in with the expectation, because obviously revenue was only 1 million last quarter. It's a pre-commercial story, really. And the funding runway just came in with the 500 million, and the valuation is multi-billion, which is justified if they execute their rollout successfully. And these numbers are why the risk reward changes at all-time highs. You're not buying a turnaround story, but you're buying execution. So if you're believing in this company and you believe they're going to execute, they're going to be one of the two biggest competitors. I think it's really either going to be this or Starlink. And there's going to be small names in the branch. Obviously, there's going to be competition always, but these are the main two names you're going to be looking at in this type of niche market. And this market has been valued at over 150 billion, and I mean, ASTS is still only valued at 24 million. So do with that as you wish. We've also seen a lot of people in the community being very bullish with after the Barclays $60 price target. Stock tweets and Reddit are filled with everyone calling this $100 billion company. A couple years, we'll see a 10x. The Bell news kind of flipped a lot of people that are skeptical into speculators. And that said, we got to watch out for the dilution and execution risks as they're being flagged by the bears. But I'm not really too worried. As we've seen, a lot of people are very excited for this in the future, and I think it's going to be one of the biggest game changers. As Abel, the CEO, always says, it's going to connect the unconnected, and that's one of the greatest issues we have at this modern time, where the world is just changing and it's constantly getting more connected. So let's talk about the chart, because this is where the story gets interesting. ASTS closed above 66, its highest close ever. This breakout cleared the 62 to 65 resistance zone that I was looking at this morning, which lined up with the direct offering price that we also had. The volume surged on the breakout, confirming the institutional buying. I think the volume was at 27 million for the day. And also, we've seen the RSI in the mid 70s with strong momentum, but slightly extended short term. and the MACD has crossed bullish weeks ago, and it finally continuing to rise and rise and rise, and we're seeing the price continue to grow. So the next level, I think it's mainly a psychological game right now, where I think you're gonna have to look at 70, and if it can break 70, then it's gonna go 75, 80, and continue to go. But a retest of 62 to 65 would be a healthy entry zone if momentum pauses. In short, the chart is kind of telling us buyers are in control, but chasing extended moves always carries risks. So be careful with the way you're trading this. And if you're looking to get a position in the company, I think any time is really not bad. But look for maybe a minor pullback. As for my position, I'm holding over 7,000 core shares. I'll do a video in the future breaking down my whole portfolio. But I've been investing in ASTS since it was at $9 a share, and I've only grown to like it more and more. And the more I read about it, the more I can enjoy and connect with the company and see what they're trying to really do and understand the technology. It's really revolutionary. If you look at just the I think they have over 4,000 patents, which it's hard to find a company with that much going on and that much innovation, and it's all happening in the near future. So I wouldn't be selling any puts or calls here. It's way too volatile. It's way too hard to predict what's going to happen in the future. I just be holding shares and maybe waiting for a pullback to get a better entry, but having some shares on deck and just watching out for anything in the future. So here's the bottom line for me. The Bell Canada proved the tech works, and the Barclays and institutions are taking note of the company and taking it very seriously, how this is going to change the world forever, really. And the chart just broke out of all-time highs, but the valuation now prices in a lot of future success. And short term, the stock is stretched. So if you're a long-term believer, buying partial positions on pullbacks makes sense. But if you're a trader, chasing the all-time highs is very risky, and I would watch for retests at these lower levels, like I said, at the 60 to 62 mark. So in my opinion, ASTS is now in price discovery mode. Whether it's still a buy depends on your time horizon and risk tolerance. If you have any questions, and drop them in the comments below. If you have any tickers you want me to check out, also drop it in the comments below. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.